to be presenting the welcome speech amongst the most esteemed personalities who have won accolades in their respective fields, Dr. Assisi Menacheri and Dr. Giselle George. Before we begin this webinar, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the viewers for joining hands with us to make this webinar a successful one. Webinars are organized and conducted by Parul University to the general audience to gain insight and information that would remain effective in their discussion. For today's webinar was chosen keeping in mind the interest of the youth. I would like to introduce our guests. Dr. Assisi Menacheria. Dr. Menacheria serves as the Vice President at QMPG Industrial Certifications and Services. He has demonstrated excellence in multiple areas. His mantra is love whatever you do and enjoy the process. He is excited about whatever he does. He was a top performing sales professional in India and one among the top 50 in the world, earning multiple international awards consecutively for 3 years from US and Europe. He has conducted more than 1,150 third-party audits in 25 plus sectors in the areas of quality, environment, food safety, health and safety, and social accountability that includes manufacture of nuclear-grade uranium. He is also a certified Lean Six Sigma Black Belt. He has conducted 97 third-party audits in the area of K-12, higher education, non-formal education, training and knowledge management in 3 countries. He also served as the Director of Hycon India Limited, Director and CEO of Horsch Remedies Limited, and Director Marketing of Zeba Lab Furnishing Private Limited. He has consulted and conducted trainings in more than 350 organizations during the past 18 years. He is an alumnus of IIM Ahmedabad for the full-time FDPM program, VSMED, Bharathian University and University of Madras. He is trained in physics, applied in clinical psychology, HRM, HRD, management, marketing, and enterprise risk management with an earned PhD in the area of emotional intelligence and managerial effectiveness. He is an astute practitioner of Sahaj Mark, a method of Raj Yoga or mindfulness practice for past 30 years. He is the author of 9 books and one is translated to European languages, 9 European languages. He has worked as an associate professor, and dean at multiple management schools. His latest 2 books, the core focus is in the area of mindfulness. He has conducted a meta-analysis of wisdom literatures of Oriental, Eastern, and Western literatures using thematic analysis and working on his 10th book on mindfulness named as Essence of Excellence. He has traveled to US, Europe, Canada, Middle East, and Far East to attend and present papers in international conferences. He has published 28 articles in peer-reviewed journals of repute. On behalf of Faculty of Commerce, Parul University, I welcome you, sir. Now I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Giselle George. She is the wife of Dr. Menacheria, completed her graduation in education and mathematics and post-graduation in mathematics and business administration. She came out as a topper for KAU MAT entrance test with the Federal Bank Hormus Terrapin Scholarship for doing her MBA APM covering full fees. Later, she successfully completed her doctoral studies in an area, employee engagement, role of spiritual intelligence and knowledge management. Presently, she is working as a faculty in the area of quantitative techniques and organizational psychology. She is an author of 4 books, half a dozen research papers, and attended or presented papers in international conferences in Switzerland, India, and Malaysia. She is working on her next book, The 7 Spiritual Laws to Face Failures. I welcome you, ma'am.
Well, now let's graduate ourselves to absolute levels of learning.
We need to inculcate a quality of purity in our thoughts or attitude. Okay, the first one, as we discussed earlier, the give and take need to transcend towards the give and contribute. So give and take is a mutually expected situation. Well, I give, I expect. If I don't expect as my expectation, if I don't get as my expectation, my emotion changes. If I get more, I'm very happy. If I don't get, I'm sad. So my emotion is not rooted and connected in the now, where I move to psychological reality, either the past or future. So I move away from the existential reality. Now, this purity of thought or attitude, the give and take, has transcended beyond and move to give and contribute. The scarcity has to transcend towards abundance and full. when the emptiness transcends towards fullness, when the emptiness transcends towards fullness, okay, what will happen? You pour some water in a particular pot, when it becomes full, it all flows. It slowly flows out and start giving. And moreover, the attachments to prove I am has to vanish. Proving I am. See, if someone don't respect me, I'm very sad. So what? If someone don't respect you, so what? So there is a tendency for you to prove yourself again and again and again. That is what an attachment or acceptance. That when that stops, you transcend to beyond the external bondages. Something like money, love, acceptance, where the autonomy part within you slowly flourishes up, and the on becoming starts flowing out. On becoming a person, you unfold, you come out. So the core idea that I'm going to tell you is, once you reach at the level of 45 or 50 or maybe 55 or 60, the give and take transactional levels has to transcend to give and contribute. And only that will provide you, help you towards higher levels. See, initial stage, we all talk about I, my ideas, my perspective, I am, I need more. So that is first stage of growth towards the absolute levels. Then we transcend to or grow towards my groups, my nations, or my religion. So it is we. But the next level of transcending ourselves is the one. We are all one. We are transcendental. All ideas and experience converges into one reality. See, the first is the basic level. Second, the we is the graduated level. And the third one, the oneness, is the transcendental. We consider everyone. I see you in me. The moment I see you in me, we are one. I see China in me. I see America in me. Okay, X religion see other religion in me. So then this will reduce conflicts. And only this will become absolute levels of learning, absolute levels of experience. So now what happens here? See, there are three, we consist of information energy, basically. We are at the quantum level, we are information and energy. Well, when I perspective is there, it is my own perspective, the receptivity is limited. Others' perspective we won't accept. Others' information, others' energy level. Our energy level is divided because we, divide everything into good and bad. There is inner turbulence, ugly. There is judgment comes, morality comes. Okay, so the next level is we, where the receptivity is more, where the group's perspective is included. Expanded, the information is expanded but again limited, energy is again expanded but divided. A group of people in one religion will be grouping together, and our perspective, the information is expanded but energy is divided but limited to that particular group of people. The oneness is transcendental, inclusive and sustainable. See, whenever I say sustainable, it is again we are transcending the race also. Because we all tell that, okay, I can kill anything if I am eating. If I can kill a chicken or I can kill a goat, and if I am ready to consume it. But it is not sustainable. Killing is evil. And we are giving a cognitive mediational process. We are cognitively justifying that if it is to eat, I can kill. This is what social control told in one perspective. So where it is not sustainable. So we are killing all other species. Now, see, we had plenty of water free. We had plenty of air free, air, water, and we had everything for sustenance of the person. We need we do have sunlight that is absolutely free. So sunlight, air and water is absolutely free. Our true nature is fullness. So if you don't drink water for 17 days or 16 days, you may pass away. If you don't have air for more than 3 minutes, you will pass away. You will die. If you don't have oxygen for next 3 minutes, you will die. See, if you don't have sunlight for a particular time period, you are no more. So you have all abundance. Now, a time has reached in human civilization where, we need to purchase water, paying money, We need to purchase air also. There are several countries where they are even manufacturing pure air, and you have to pay the price for that. So I don't know when a time will come where sunlight would be artificially produced. Why? Because we have devastated the environment. So sustainability is also a module of inclusion, where we also include other species and nature along with us, where it is non-dual and it becomes one. So if we don't have this particular thought process, at least at the quantum level, and if we don't accept these realities, there are limitations for learning, for perceiving. So the biggest challenge is what we have observed is a learning curve. What is a learning curve? See, you would have seen, look at the first paragraph. Okay, the learning is at its peak. Psychology says they have identified that the learning is at its peak between 11 to 12 and 11 to 12. And again, it goes almost in a stable way between 14 and 17, 18 to 29 years of age, and 30 to 44. But after 44, what happens? The learning comes down. Between 45 and 59, it comes down. After 60, again it comes down. See what happens? This is the research that is did by psychologists across the world. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, then looking down. See, look at that. So there is a problem cognitively. What happens is, after a particular period, people are not able to learn. So if we need to learn, after 45, if we need to learn, we need to have self-awareness. We need to have just to demonstrate excellence, contribute, and serve. When emptiness transforms to fullness, a self unfolds, a just to understand and include the whole, a just to merge with the I, through we, to the whole, a strong thirst to reach excellence and to serve. If we don't have that, what will happen? If we do have that, this will be the result. So we will unlearn and we will start relearning at a particular time, and we will march ahead towards excellence. So please understand, be conscious about it first, be aware about that, and this is the process of learning, unlearning, and relearning. And in order to relearn, you have to forget something that you have already learned, because there is something called interference. If there is overlearning, you form a particular, you reach a particular stage of stagnation. If you keep on learning and you are not forgetting, and if you are not ready to change with respect to new context and new information, you cannot learn anything new because you are fixated. That stage is psychologists call it as fixation. So there may be n number of people sitting across you. Okay, they may be telling their own ideas. After listening to all their ideas, you will tell my idea is right. So the narcissism, the obsession, compulsion, everything slowly start developing. So we are going to discuss about flow of optimal experiences in learning. See, if you want to engage in the learning process, we have to be aware of 4 levels. I'm going to conclude it because we only have 8 minutes more. So then you have a physical environment to learn, your food, your physiological needs, and so on. You have a physical environment. Let us say parents are providing you that. Government is also providing you that. They are also providing free food during lunch session in government schools. The sensation your parents and government is providing. Then you have an emotion to learn, whether you're happy, sad, you have fear, or your anger. So there are basically 4 types of emotions. So if you're happy to learn, then what limits you to learn? We have to look within what are the thoughts within us that prevents your action to learn. So you have a sensation called as food, physiological need. Then you have an emotion. Then what are your thoughts that you have to think for yourself that prevents or helps you to learn? Please understand that. Now, optimal levels of learning is whenever you learn, okay, you love learning, you're involved in learning, you're committed, you own the learning process, you have enthusiasm, you're charged, and you enjoy, you're fully engaged in learning, where the life energy is flowing through you. This is where there is a congruence between your sensation, emotion, thoughts, and action. You have to ask within what limits me to learn. Whenever I sit in front of learning, what happens? Whenever I thought of getting into doing something, what limits me? So, and you have to find out answers. Perhaps you can get the support of your professor or teacher or a psychologist. I'm talking about adult learners or a counselor. To go deep within and come out. Now, this is the basic, elements of optimal experience of learning, where you need to take care of your sensation, emotion, and there is an interaction between emotion and thoughts that happens in the now, in the present moment. You need to be aware of that and work on your thoughts as well as emotions for an action or behavior that is absolute in nature. Now, if that happens, there are a few options in front of you. Okay. So first, before showing this, I'll show you this. The flow of optimal experiences in learning happens. This is a model. So there are challenges ahead of you. What to learn? Okay. You have your own competence or some total of knowledge, information, and competence with you. You know about it, and you have a challenge. Okay, let us assume that you are in A1. And when the challenges becomes more, you move to A3, where you become more anxious. Okay, so you have a very high level of IQ. You are totally thrilled to learn. You have a very high level of internal motivation or inspiration to learn. Okay, then what will happen? But the subject to learn is very less. It is something very less. Then you get into boredom, or called as A2. Move to A2. Okay. Then you need to be aware of this process. What is happening within you? When you are more anxious, okay, when challenges are more. When challenges are not there, but your skill is very high, you move towards A2. And then you need to be aware. Then you have to switch into F4. Okay. Now, further to explain it, this is the particular representative diagram of that, where in the first level A1, okay, this is first level A1. So it has been divided into 9 different levels. You have apathy, you have worry, you are anxious when challenges are high. Okay, when the abilities are high, you are relaxed. When your abilities, otherwise you are depressed or you are boredom. The flow becomes you're focused and happy on the top right hand side. When flow is at a particular time where the challenges are high as well as your skills are high, where you are competing to yourself. You are competing to oneself, not with others. Where the challenges are high, please understand, and the abilities are also high, where you are getting into peak performance levels. You start enjoy your experience. This is the era, this is the particular time where you reach as per this, this learning curve graph, where you are not comparing yourself with X or Y or Z. You are comparing with yourself, renewing yourself, like you reach a stage of mastery where your unique self is coming out to the fullest. Unique self is coming out to the fullest, and this is the highest level of transformational learning, and it's called as flow of experiences in learning. So with this, I think it is time to wind up now. Only 4 minutes now. With this, I'm stopping. I once again thank Parul University, Dr. Ajay Trivedi, Dean, then CA Shreya Sharma, Shreya Gupta, professor who moderated the whole session, and Dr. Giselle George, who, we worked together to develop this module. I thank above all, I thank all listeners, all learners, who gave us an opportunity to serve all of you, because without learners, we don't exist. So we should definitely thank all learners for giving an opportunity. And I do believe, starting from transactional levels of learning, we have taken to absolute levels of learning, towards behavioral learning, experiential learning, and excellent flow of experiences in learning to the highest level, where we also discussed about the learning curve, how to move ahead, transcend learning curve, transcend the limitations of learning curve at the age of 44, 45, and move towards the higher levels of learning, just with awareness, and mindfulness. So I hope we have covered almost all areas of mindful learning, and I'm ready to discuss with you and answer your questions. Thank you, CA Shreya Gupta, and connect me to the questions now. Connect us to the questions now. Thank you.